Hi, everybody. Welcome to Reality Buzz TV, where we talk about all things reality TV shows and all things reality TV show stars. If you are here on a Monday watching this video on a Monday, happy Monday. Okay. Anyway, you guys, I did explain on my last video why I look like an auntie at work. We are having a heritage day lunch, something like that. Okay. That's why I look like an auntie at work. Anyway, you guys, I want to talk about Phelo. Phelo is having conversations with everybody. He's having all of the sit downs that he needs. Listen, I feel like Phelo is different this season. One, because last season, Phelo looked like he was really, really depressed. I feel like he's still dealing with some things this season, but it's better. Okay. And I feel like the issue now that I feel he really needs to deal with is the issue of alcohol. At the beginning of the season, it felt like he was dealing with it. Now, Phelo is always having a glass of something with him. So, I don't know, you guys. But I just feel like I want to see a season where Phelo is doing a season sober, because most of the things that he is trying to say to his siblings are valid. Okay, I can relate to Phelo because I'm a middle child, but I'm also the youngest of the sisters that are alive. I did have a younger sister who passed. So the sisters that are living, I am the youngest sister. So I relate to that, because even when you get to be an adult, you are an adult, you're in your 40s, you have your own family, you're running your own household, but you are still a younger sibling to somebody. It's a very difficult position to be in if you want to claim claim that position of now I'm an adult. Okay, what you have to say is just that it's important as what I have to say. Okay, and Phelo sounds like somebody that struggles to communicate. It's hard to even make up a sentence. Phelo, you have to listen to him and rewind and listen to him to get what he's trying to say. So he's not a good communicator. In addition to that, he's a younger sibling, so he doesn't communicate well. And also now, but they do have that thing. Phelo is a younger sibling who's always drunk, so they don't take him seriously. So he ends up having a sit down. Let me say this, guys. It was wrong for them to do a sit down at Loiso's event. What was the point of that? What was the point of that? It was a nice event. The family went there to support Loiso. They sang together, which was nice. They sang together, including Pinky. Apparently, they have plans to perform now as the Bala family. Okay, listen, you guys. I've said it that I don't understand why, when the brothers decided to form a group, they formed the Bala brothers. They didn't perform as Bala family. I didn't understand that. Why did they exclude Pink? So I'm in support of her being included, especially because it does look like and sound like she needs the money. So I'm in support of her being included. The only thing is that when Zwai was talking about the fact that Pinky was now going to perform with them, he was telling his other siblings. It's not like he brought them to say, listen, like he should have brought Phelo and Lois and say, listen, I know we've been performing, but I have a suggestion. I think that we need to now try and see if we can perform as a family and include Pinky, and they should have discussed it together and then go to everybody or go to Pinky and say this is what we are looking at. So, but I do support Pinky being part of the group, because I don't understand why she was excluded from because she can sing, she's part of the family. What happened? Who made a decision to not include her in the group? So I'm in support of that. So I don't understand why the sit down had to happen at the event, but I thought, you guys, it's budget issues. Okay. I thought it's budget issues. I thought production has already traveled to East London with them and they shot the event. Now, maybe they thought we can't just shoot like just the event. We need to get something that is going to go with the episode that has the event, because this episode was about them showing us Loiso's event. By the way, the event went well, even though it was raining. I hate being outside when it's raining. I think if I had bought a ticket to go to that event and I woke up and it was raining, I ain't going, okay? I want to stay under the blankets. The only place I go to when it's raining is work, okay? If it's not work, I ain't going anywhere. I don't care how much I paid for that ticket. I'm not going. I hate being wet and all of that. So people still showed up. Obviously, there could have been more people if it wasn't raining, but people were still there. Now, I feel like it was a budget issue where maybe production felt to go to, let's shoot other scenes here, you know. Now, had they gone maybe to a place where they booked accommodation and maybe while they are having dinner, had that conversation, it would have been better. Maybe the production was rushing back, or maybe they are not booked at the same place with production, so they didn't want to. But I think that the conversations that were taking place between Phelo, Zwai, Phelo, Loyiso, Phelo, Pinky should not have been at the event. I don't understand it, okay? I don't understand it because they are already like in a very sensitive state in their relationship. And so now, if you are going to now have a conversation, there are possibilities that there might be a blow up, like were screaming at each other at the event in front of strangers that had just watched you uperforma kamnandi as a family, performa kamnandi as a family. So that was wrong. But I felt like I kind of maybe get production. They just felt like, let's get more scenes than just you singing on stage. So Phelo calls Uzwai because he wants to talk to him. Now, you guys, I have to be, conscious of the fact that I'm Zulu, I'm not Xhosa. So as much as kunezinto that we do as families ZamaZulu that are similar, but there are a lot of differences as well. My understanding is that Phelo is not a Bala. Yes, he uses a Bala surname, but he's not a Bala. Okay, so meaning Phelo has his own family. His father's family, baba mncane, auntie bakhe, unama siblings from his father. These are also his siblings from his mother's side, but he also has siblings from his father's side. Now, he wants to go there because kunomsebenzi afuna ukuwenza, which is how I understood, because uthe ufuna ukuphelezela ubaba wakhe, whom I believe has passed. So now, he is telling Uzwai, because Zwai has complained before that Phelo does things without informing them. Now, Phelo comes to inform him. Guys, you already know, I wish all of these conversations were taking place with Phelo sober. That you know, okay? Now, he is telling him, okay, I'm going to go. Masi hambala. I'm going to go and see my family because this is what I'm planning to do. For me, I feel like Zwai is acting like Phelo should be asking him for permission. And I don't understand that. And I don't understand the thing of why do you have a problem every time that Phelo mentions his family? I feel like Phelo is an adult. Everybody knows Phelo is not a Bala. If Phelo wants to go see his family or Phelo wants to go and do umsebenzi kubo, he should be able to do that. I do feel like it's respectful to just inform their family. Bo Sisi, no Puti, I'm going to do this at home. But I don't think that he should be asking for permission. So that part I don't understand. That part, that's why I don't understand what he is trying to get. Why was he having a problem with the fact that Phelo is telling him, your brother is telling you? I mean, that's respectful enough, okay? Granted, he was drunk, okay? But I just felt like he doesn't need a permission from Zwai to go see his other family. And also this thing of them not why, almost like they just want the bala. They don't want anything to be mentioned. But this man here is not a bala, And why is everybody having a problem when he says, I am not a bala? You are a bala, okay? That conversation didn't go so well, but again, they didn't fight at least. Then he calls Pink. This is the conversation that was not edited well at all. It was like, what the hell are they talking about? Because 1 minute, Phelo is telling Pink he's going to go to see his family. Pinky doesn't have an issue with it. In the diary, Pinky says, listen, that is his family. It's always going to be his family. Then they start talking about how Pinky has issues with Phelo, but he doesn't tell Phelo. Yabona guys, if you care about your relationship with your siblings, don't tell like distant relatives and stuff, because those people like tell the other sister, I have an issue with the other sister, or they have an issue with my brother, this is what's going on. Because most of the time, like I have sisters and I have very close cousins. We were basically just raised together. Our cousins don't do anything without telling us, we don't do anything without telling them. So I can speak to that close circle, but we do have other relatives. Okay, that close, I can speak to them, and most of the time, the feedback that I will get, if let's say I say, my sister did this, I didn't understand. The feedback I would get is it would be more them trying to make me see a different perspective. No, maybe this is what she meant, or this is what she was trying to communicate to you. Or they'll be like, maybe one of them will be like, you know what, I'll speak to her just to see if I can understand the situation. It's never like, listen, kade khuluma ngawe. Yeah, when are those ones, stay away from them. If you care about your relationship with your sibling, don't talk to people that enjoy seeing you guys. So I might have misunderstood the conversation, but the way that I understood it was that there is somebody that is telling Phelo that Pinky is talking about him. Now Phelo is coming to her to say, you have a lot of issues with me, but you don't say them to me. You're talking to somebody about them. Why wouldn't you tell me? You have a lot of problems. Now Pinky, at first, Pinky was lost. She looked like she was lost, you guys, in that conversation. And then at some point, I felt like I could see it in her face that she's figuring out to say, oh, because your messy cousin or your messy aunt or your messy whoever that Pinky spoke to, because Phelo's problem is that Pinky is speaking to other people about the issues he has with him, and also she would go and speak to Zwai, and she would also go speak to Mom. She's like, if you have a problem with me, speak to me. Once again, you guys, it was a drunk conversation. Excuse me. It was a conversation that he should have had sober, because then he would be taken seriously. He's making points that are valid, but you are drunk. So the following day, people are going to be like, they're not going to take what he's saying seriously. But what I got from this conversation was that Pinky doesn't have a problem with Phelo going to see his family. However, when Phelo said to her, what is Thakazelo Sabo, that, let me just say the Bala, he said, I'm not a Bala, you are a Bala. Pinky had a problem with that. Okay. But he's not a Bala. He uses the same name to perform. It's a stage name for him. Okay. So that's it, you guys. Now, okay, I think I'll talk about that in another video. But let me talk about this. Remember last week they had mentioned that Moshe was going to be emceeing the event. Apparently he was there, and so Phelo is very nervous, very whatever, because his ex is there. It's like part of me liked the fact that Phelo is honest about saying he still loves Moshe. But part of me is like, listen, you guys, one person that must not know if you still love them is your ex. They must just not know. They must think you are just so over them, especially if you have no intentions of going back to them. Okay? I'm that person that feels like, why do you need to tell him you still like him? Okay? He must think you've forgotten even his name. Like, who are you? So he was at the event. I think they got to have a conversation. Even that, you guys, we were like seeing the conversation, but not really. The whole shooting was not planned well at the event. So we did see a little bit of that. So Phelo is still in love with Moshe, but it doesn't sound like he wants to go back. He just wants them to be friendly with each other, which is not really a bad thing to wish for. Yeah. Anyway, you guys, that's all I wanted to talk about on this video. Tell me what you think about it in the comment section. Like the video before share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers in Tanda.